Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But Rahul Yadav has managed to accomplish this feat three times. IIT prodigy or master manipulator. Millions in funding vanished without a trace. Lavish parties while employees go unpaid. Three companies, each collapsing in a storm of controversy. Rahul Yadav, the name once synonymous with vision, now whispers of scam and betrayal echo through the Indian tech scene. Housing.com, broker network, Cult App. What really happened behind the closed doors of these once promising ventures? Was he a visionary ahead of his time, or Harry Houdini creating illusions and leaving a trail of financial ruin? Get ready, because the story you're about to hear is a roller coaster of ambition, ego, and allegations that could probably land him behind bars, but inadvertently hurt thousands of honest, hardworking founders who deserve the money but are struggling to raise capital. Share this video with your network whom you might know might have been affected by the broker network or Cult App, and share your experience in the comments below. Rahul Yadav, a final year dropout from the prestigious IIT Bombay, felt the familiar frustration of every newcomer in Mumbai. The hunt for a decent place to live. Online listings were a joke. Brokers were a nightmare. This wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a problem begging to be solved. And in 2012, with the audacity of young and the brilliance of a tech mind, Rahul, along with his 11 classmates, ignited a revolution. Housing.com was born. Their vision was clear: to bring transparency and trust to the chaotic world of Indian real estate. Verified listings, actual photos, detailed information. It was a breath of fresh air. Investors were swooning. Millions poured in. Rahul Yadav, the boy from a small town in Rajasthan, became the poster child of the booming Indian startup ecosystem. He was the disruptor, the maverick, the hero of his own story. But every hero's journey has its own shadows. And for Rahul, the ascent to the top was paved with a personality that would soon become his greatest adversary. Housing.com exploded onto the scene, fueled by innovative technology and Rahul's relentless drive. Funding rounds became milestones, each one valuing the company higher. SoftBank, the Japanese giant, saw the potential and invested a staggering $90 million. Rahul was riding high, but beneath the veneer of success, cracks were beginning to appear. His interactions with investors became volatile. An angry email exchange with the top exchange at Sequoia Capital was leaked to the world, painted a picture of a young CEO who was unwilling to be questioned, even threatening the very firms who were backing him. Then came the dramatic resignation, citing a lack of intellectual capability among the board members. The startup world was calmly holding its breath. But in a twist worthy of a soap opera, he retracted his resignation, only to be fired weeks later for what the board called inappropriate behavior. The dream was turning into a nightmare. Yet, in the midst of this chaos, Rahul pulled off one final bewildering act. He announced he would gift his entire stake in Housing.com, worth millions, to his employees. Was it a grand gesture of a young leader who didn't care about money, or a desperate attempt to salvage his image as the ship went down? The employees were left in a state of shock and confusion, their loyalty torn between the charismatic but erratic leader and the concerned investors. But Rahul's entrepreneurial ambition couldn't be extinguished. In 2020, he returned with Broker Network, aiming to connect real estate developers and brokers. Despite the baggage from his past, he managed to secure a massive investment of 288 crores from InfoEdge, the parent company of Naukri.com. Sanjeev Bikhchandani was one of the OG investors in India. It was a second chance, a shorter redemption. Had he learned from his past mistakes? The initial signs were promising, but soon history began to repeat itself. Only this time, the stakes were much higher. InfoEdge, after pouring in hundreds of crores, started asking questions. Financial information wasn't forthcoming. Details of related party transactions remained shrouded in secrecy. A forensic audit was launched, and what it unearthed was deeply troubling. Allegations of fraud and misappropriation of funds began to surface. Employees claimed that the company money was being funneled to Rahul's personal holding company and then to Kult App, a beauty e-commerce platform founded by his wife. It was a plot twist that no one saw coming. While Broker Network struggled to stay afloat, defaulting on salaries for over 150 employees and leaving vendors unpaid, reports emerged of Rahul living a lavish lifestyle, driving a Mercedes Maybach, even eyeing a Bentley, and renting expensive boardrooms at Taj, paying rupees 80k a day while his staff went unpaid. The contrast was stark, the anger palpable. Multiple vendors filed an FIR. InfoEdge followed suit, alleging a staggering 288 crore fraud. The hero's return had become a descent into darkness. Now, Kult App, positioned as a revolutionary beauty platform, also found itself entangled in the controversy. Imagine an app that knows your skin better than you do, a digital haven promising the perfect beauty fix at your fingertips. That was the allure of Kult App. At the helm of Kult App was Karishma Khokhar, but the shadow of her husband Rahul Yadav loomed large. He was the senior advisor, the experienced hand guiding the ship. But as his previous venture Broker Network began to sink under the weight of fraud allegations, a disturbing connection started to form. Allegations of interest-free loans of over 15 crore from Cult to his advisory firm and the suspicious timing of his 26 crore investment in the app further fueled the narrative of diverted funds from Broker Network to Cult App. Even Cult App faced its own storms, with reports of $20 million Series A funding round being disputed and users complaining of poor customer service and unreliable operations. While this financial mystery unfolded behind the scenes, the customers of Cult App were experiencing a different kind of disappointment. The promise of personalized beauty was often overshadowed by the harsh reality of undelivered orders, the frustration of chasing refunds that never materialized, and the sheer inability to even log into the app. And it wasn't just the customers who felt the sting. Whispers began to circulate of vendors going unpaid, their invoices ignored, while the app continued to showcase their products. Even influencers who lent their faces and credibility to the platform allegedly found themselves chasing payments for their services. The flawless image Cult App tried to project was cracking under the weight of these accusations, revealing a potentially darker underbelly. As the investigations into the Broker Network deepen, the spotlight inevitably turns to Cult App and its intricate financial connections. Looking back at it, the $20 million funding announcement, which was initially hailed as a lifeline for the business, was met with skepticism, with one of the listed investors, Venture Catalyst, which is one of the leading investor networks in India, categorically denying their participation. The silence surrounding these discrepancies only amplifies the suspicion. Was this a genuine infusion of capital or another carefully constructed illusion? The truth remains elusive, shrouded in a veil of unanswered questions and the weight of serious allegations. The web of companies was becoming increasingly tangled, each thread seemingly leading back to Rahul Yadav. Looking back at Rahul Yadav's journey across these three ventures, a disturbing pattern emerges. A cycle of initial hype, followed by conflict, financial ability, and serious allegations of wrongdoing. Is it arrogance, immaturity, or something more calculated? The investors who were once captivated by his rebellious spirit now question his ethics and accountability of this one shining star. What does this story tell us about the pressures of rapid growth, the responsibilities of leadership, and the fine line between vision and recklessness? The story doesn't end here. As of late 2024, Economic Offences Wing of the Mumbai Police is actively investigating the allegations against Rahul Yadav and his associates. A lookout circular was issued. His anticipatory bail plea was rejected in one case, though he did secure bail in another. The wheels of justice are turning slowly but surely. Will he be held accountable for the alleged financial mismanagement and the hardships faced by his employees and investors? Or will he once again find a way to reinvent himself? The climax of this real-life drama is yet to unfold, leaving us with a sense of unease and a crucial question. In the high-stakes world of startups, where do we draw the line between ambition and accountability? So what are your thoughts on this incredibly controversial founder? Were you surprised by the allegations? Do you know anyone who was affected by the rise and fall of these companies? And how do you think this will impact the startup funding ecosystem? Share your opinions and experiences in the comments below. And if you found this deep dive insightful, don't forget to share this video to your friends and family and your founder network and subscribe for more gripping stories about other startups and other businesses. Take care.